Welcome to Hacker Nerds Bike Shedding, where we dive into today's most controversial takes from hacker news. Today we've got mobile carriers secretly GPS, tracking your phone without asking, a smallpox-eradicating hero whose legacy has commenters rolling their eyes, and Wikipedia citations that look legit, but say absolutely nothing useful. Plus, someone just beat Apple at math on Apple's own chips, which is honestly impressive. So grab your coffee, lower your expectations, and let's get into it. Today's top story has the privacy crowd absolutely losing it. Turns out your phone carrier can pull your exact GPS coordinates whenever they want, not just triangulate from cell towers. We're talking meter-level precision, and your phone just hands it over. No warrant needed, no notification, nothing. The Hacker News thread is a beautiful mess. You've got one user called Kayod Lakayan saying, "Duh, emergency services have always done this," while a commenter named Etherite fires back with the nuclear take. Swap out your carrier for Facebook and suddenly everyone gets why this is creepy. My favorite part? A search and rescue volunteer chimes in saying they never actually saw this GNSS data in practice. They just texted people asking for coordinates. Meanwhile, someone named Proofhouse just drops, "In other news, the sky is up," and walks away. The real question, should your phone be a government-accessible tracking device by default or not? Well, from sweet dreams to the ultimate sleep. William Fuji died this week at 89, the guy who basically helped delete smallpox from existence. Think about that. A disease that killed 1 in 3 people it touched. Just gone. No new cases since 1977. Hundreds of millions of lives saved. Obama gave him the Presidential Medal of Freedom. But the HN comments? Oh, they're delightful. One commenter says, "Just in time to roll over in his grave," and another replies he'll become the villain. They're talking about the 2003 smallpox vaccination campaign that flopped harder than a startup with no revenue model. Turns out it was just WMD theater to justify invading Iraq. Someone points out hospitals literally refused to participate because of vaccine risks. So here's a guy who saved hundreds of millions, and his legacy gets to watch modern politics turn vaccines into culture war fodder. That's the internet for you. Can't even let a public health hero rest in peace. From public health heroes to Byzantine fault tolerance, stay with me here. So James Mickens, Harvard professor and the tech world's favorite comedian / computer scientist, wrote this absolutely legendary piece back in 2013 about Byzantine fault tolerance. You know, that thing nobody actually cares about? Except when they do, because Bitcoin. The article is basically Mickens roasting the entire distributed systems community. Choice quote, "How can you make a reliable computer service? It may be difficult if you can't trust anything, and the entire concept of happiness is a lie designed by unseen overlords of endless deceptive power." The comments are gold. One person drops a Mickens quote about parasitic infections of Muppet gastrointestinal handholds. Yes, really? But the best take? Someone pointing out that Bitcoin proved Byzantine fault tolerance has practical applications, and that whenever you need it, the real question isn't, "How do I verify this?" but "Why am I dealing with these assholes?" Mickens, making distributed systems actually readable since 2013. From Mickens making distributed systems readable to Wikipedia becoming unreadable. Wiki Education just dropped their 2025 AI investigation, and it's worse than you think. Not because of fake sources, only 7% were completely fabricated, but because 2/3 of AI-flagged articles cited real sources that didn't actually say what Wikipedia claimed. It's the academic equivalent of homework plagiarism. Change a few words, slap on a legit-looking citation, hope nobody checks. Crazy Gringo points out this isn't new. Wikipedia's always had citation problems, but Chris J asks the terrifying question, What if we're only catching the bad AI edits? The ones good enough to look human might be poisoning the well right now. Great news for the LLM providers who trained on Wikipedia and are now contaminating their own dataset. Meanwhile, Candid of Mike suggests banning LLMs from editing Wikipedia, but OU Travel nails it. It's not the providers, it's the awful users. They're doing the same thing on GitHub. The tragedy of the commons strikes again. Speaking of security theater, someone's built Minimal, an open-source project for hardened container images. Promises 0 to 5 CVs instead of the 100+ you get from standard Docker images. Revolutionary, right? Here's the twist. It's basically ChineGuard's tools wrapped in GitHub Actions, rebuilding images daily. A user called Ritvikarya98 is literally piggybacking on Wolfie packages and hoping the community will carry the maintenance burden. The comment section? Chef's kiss. The commenter named Debarshri immediately points out the elephant in the room. Doing this as open source with guaranteed SLA is going to be painful. Then, someone called Dayshine asks why they're not using Chisel and drops this gem. The only executable in a hardened container should be your application. But my favorite is Euphoria, asking how we're supposed to trust random GitHub contributors versus, AWS valid question. It's the eternal open source trust problem, now with container vulnerabilities as the stakes. Good luck vetting those pull requests, folks. From industrial scale bike shedding to actual industrial scale computing. So researchers just dropped a paper showing they beat Apple's own Matrix math library by 23% on Apple's own chips. That's like showing up to someone's house and cooking a better meal with their ingredients. The secret sauce? ARM's SME hardware that apparently nobody's been using properly. These folks wrote MP0, an open source library that actually knows how to talk to the M4's matrix multiplication engine. Now, comments get spicy. Someone immediately calls them out for not benchmarking against BLIS, the obvious comparison library. Classic HN move. Turns out Bliss doesn't even support SME yet, so it'd be like racing a bicycle against a car. But hey, people still wanted that benchmark. The real gem is learning that Apple's SME is 8 times faster than regular CPU cores for this stuff. 8 times. And one commenter tried using the vector extensions and got absolutely destroyed on performance. Apparently those are optimized for throughput, not latency, so they're basically useless for anything except supporting SME itself. Classic hardware optimization drama. And that's it for today's tour of GPS surveillance, community-maintained security nightmares, and beating Apple at their own matrix math. Remember, trust nothing, verify everything, and definitely check if your citations actually say what you think they say. I'm your host, and I'll see you next time on Hacker Nerds Bike Shedding.